Good morning, Trooper.
Good morning.
Can you state your name and spell your last name, please?
Yes, it's Keith Cody, and my last name is spelled C-O-T-E.
Okay, and how are you employed?
Trooper with Vermont State Police.
And how long have you worked for the Vermont State Police?
Since April of 2021.
Okay, how long have you been in law enforcement?
Since November of 2012.
Okay, and where did you work prior to becoming a trooper?
In the St. Albans Police Department.
Okay. And aside from general training that all sort of certified law enforcement officers receive, do you have any specialized training in law enforcement?
Sure, so I've attended a desert snow drug interdiction course taught by Nebraska State Police. I've attended a street crime seminar working on identifying and interdicting drugs coming from homes. I'm a member of the search and rescue team within the Vermont State Police. We look for lost and missing hikers throughout the state and the rural parts of the state. I'm a team leader with our critical action team. When, I guess, lawful protests turn criminal, we're called upon to help diffuse the situation. I've attended some trainings with the National Tactical Officers Association pertaining to that team. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Sure.
Were you involved in the case related to Emily Ferlazzo?
I was.
Okay, and can you tell the jury how you initially became involved in that investigation?
Sure. So on October 18th, 2021, I received a phone call from a family member of Emily who had concerns about her welfare as she hadn't contacted them for a couple of days. She'd had no social media activity. She hadn't contacted any of her close friends, and this was out of the ordinary for her. This behavior was not normal.
Okay. And can you say again who had contacted you?
Yes, it was Emily's stepfather, David Bass.
Okay. And where were they located?
They were in New Hampshire at their residence.
Okay. And did they have any other information about what might have happened to her? Did they provide you any other information?
Sure. So prior to David calling, Emily's husband, Joseph, had returned to New Hampshire on the date that they called, stating that they had gone their separate ways, I believe on Saturday, the 16th. Emily had told Joseph that she was going to get an Uber taxi back to New Hampshire, yet she never showed up as to when Joseph got there, and their plan was to meet in New Hampshire on Monday.
Okay. So what was your understanding of where Joseph was when Mr. Bass called the state police?
At their residence in New Hampshire.
Okay. And at some point then, did you speak with Mr. Ferlazzo?
Yes, I did.
When did you speak with him?
So Mr. Bass gave me Joseph's phone number. So when I hung up with David, I called the phone number. David answered Joseph's phone, and I said, "Oh, this is Trooper Cody again. Can you put me on the phone with Joseph?" So it was moments after I finished my phone call with David.
Okay. And was that conversation with Mr. Ferlazzo recorded?
Yes, it was.
Okay, and how was that recorded?
Through my, so the phone was over my cell phone, and I recorded it on my department-issued body camera.
Okay. And did you identify the person that you were speaking with as Joseph Ferlazzo?
Yeah, so when Mr. Bass answered the phone, this is Joseph's phone, I said, "Can I please speak to Joseph?" He then handed the phone to Joseph, and I said, "Hello, Joseph, this is Trooper Cody of the State Police," and we began our conversation.
Okay. And approximately how long did you speak with him?
9 minutes and 20 seconds, approximately.
Okay. And how did he sound while you were speaking with him?
Calm, perhaps a bit unconcerned about Emily's whereabouts.
Okay. So we're going to listen to the recording, but in summary, sort of what did Joseph tell you about Emily's whereabouts?
Sure. So Emily and Joseph had put together a makeshift camper RV that they were traveling in, that they could live in. And they traveled for the weekend to Bolton to visit a family member of his. At some point During their stay in Bolton, Emily asked to get out of the camper and in Bolton, and Joseph went to the store to get her a Coca-Cola, so he told me. When he returned, Emily was gone. He told me he drove up and down Route 2, up and down the Bolton Valley Access Road, and was unable to find her. And again, that she had told him she wanted to be on her own, and she was going to take an Uber back to New Hampshire.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, sure. And at some point, Mr. Ferlazzo told me that the camper had transmission issues and it had broken down, so he had it towed to a mechanic's shop in New Haven, Vermont, somewhere on Route 7. He couldn't recall the name, but it was just, he described it just being over the railroad tracks in New Haven. Following that, he got a ride to a friend's house in St. Albans, where he then took his motorcycle from St. Albans to Emily's parents' house in New Hampshire.
So I'm going to, have you previously seen what the state marked as States 3? Your Axon video of
Yes, I have.
conversation?
Yep.
And have you reviewed that before today's testimony?
Yes, I did.
And is it a fair and accurate depiction of the conversation you had with him on that day?
Yes.
Okay. Judge, the state would move to admit States 3.
States 3 is admitted without objection.
Okay, we can't see it.
No, it's just
I'm
the
sorry?
sound.
It's just the sound? Then that's fine.
Sound. Okay. There's just some questions about being able to see it, but before we start it, is there anything visually that is important for this video?
No.
Okay. It's just your body camera with your phone, correct?
Yeah, my body camera's, I was sitting in my cruiser, my body camera's mounted on the center of my chest here, and had my cell phone on speakerphone, just holding it like this, so all you see is the steering wheel, and you might hear some radio conversation from my cruiser.
Okay. The state's going to play it.
This is Trooper Cody, State Police, looking for Joseph.
Yep, I'll walk the front up to him.
Okay, thanks.
No, I'll go for you. Hello?
Hey, Joseph, this is Trooper Cody from Vermont State Police.
Hello?
Hey, so, I just got off the phone with your father-in-law, and it sounds like there's some concern about maybe where Emily may be.
Yes.
Okay, what can you, it sounds like you, what do we know at this point, I guess? Or what can you tell me?
She was with me, and then she said she was gonna get an Uber. So she asked me to drop her off in the parking lot, and I dropped her off. She was wearing like white sneakers and like ripped blue jeans and like a black top that's like long sleeves and like a lightweight. And yeah, I went to the gas station, grabbed her a Coke, and when I went back, she had already been picked up. I'm looking for her, and I couldn't find her. And then I haven't been able to make contact with her since. And that was like Saturday afternoon.
So where did you drop her off?
In Pullman.
Whereabouts? Or what, like up
There's
at,
a parking lot at like at the base of the hill.
Okay. Yeah, there's still like the road that goes up to the ski resort.
Right. Yeah.
So that little parking lot right at the base of that hill you're saying?
Yes.
Like right, almost right on the corner of the main road there, Route 2?
Yeah.
Okay. And that was Saturday in the afternoon?
Yes.
Okay. And then you went to the gas station, the one, what, just down the street there?
Yeah, I went down the street, got some gas, and grabbed a Coke, and she wanted maybe a soda. Yeah, I went to go get a drink, and she was gone. So I don't know who picked her up. She didn't tell me, and her folks said that she's not with her friends.
Okay. So after you just noticed she was gone, you just decided to just leave, I guess?
I drove up and down the road looking to see if she like started down the road, and I drove up and down too, both ways. Then I didn't see her walking.
Okay. So you figured the Uber or something picked her up?
Yeah, she said she was getting it over.
Okay. And but she had her cell phone with her at that time?
Yes.
And like her purse or wallet or something with some money?
Yeah, she had like a wallet with cards in it.
Okay. And now about what time was this? Did you drop her off, would you say?
Maybe like a little afternoon, maybe like 12:30. Like 12:30.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
Okay. And then, so I understand you're and Emily's van. You guys were traveling in like a camper van.
Yes.
Okay. But it broke down somewhere. You said.
Yeah, the training smoke, so the band's in Vermont, and I came back to New Hampshire to see if she was here, but she's not here.
Okay. Where did your van break down?
Well, it didn't break down. It smoked, and then I brought it to the shop. It's supposed to get inspection. The inspection was the inspection was supposed to be done in like July, so
Okay.
he's gonna take a look at the training and get it inspected.
Okay. What shop is that?
I don't know the actual name of it. It's in New Haven.
It's in New Haven.
Yeah, like right over the railroad tracks.
Oh, yep. Okay. Right on the main road, right on Route 7 there.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got a ride somehow to your motorcycle.
Yes.
Okay. Where'd you have to get your motorcycle?
My motorbike was at my friend's house. In St. Albans.
In St. Albans. Okay. And other than who Emily's parents have mentioned, you can't think of anybody in the Bolton area that maybe Emily. Do you guys have relatives in Bolton? Or is Emily?
No, my sister and her boyfriend came up and stayed at an Airbnb, and we just went and spent some time with them.
Okay.
And she turned like super violent and told me to, let her out, and I tried to grab her by the arm, tried to pull her back in, said, come on, go get something to eat, and she just, she kicked me in the groin and punched me, and I was like, okay, take a couple minutes, and then by the time I came back, she missed me quick.
What sparked her to get so upset?
I was like, you just need some food. You need maybe some coffee and some food. And she was just like, no, fuck that, fuck you. And she just started swinging and kicking.
Okay. And was the Airbnb here in Bolton?
That was at the top of the resort there.
Okay. All right. Okay. Who's your friend up in St. Albans? Do you have a phone number for Sarah? Does Emily know Sarah? I mean, have you checked in with Sarah?
Yeah, I saw Sarah. She hasn't seen her. Yeah, I saw Sarah, and I was like, okay, I don't know where the hell Emily is, so maybe my bike can go to her folks' place, because we were supposed to come back here on Monday. Today's Monday. She's not here.
Okay. Would there be any reason why Emily would go back to your sisters and maybe your sister wouldn't tell you that Emily was there?
No, my sister just messaged me. She was checking on me.
Okay.
Yes, I was okay. I told her that I'm pretty crappy, but
When Emily jumped out of the van, did she have her cell phone with her?
yeah,
You're positive on that?
it's I don't have it.
No, I didn't know if like she left it in the van or. No. Okay. All right. Well, I will. I'm gonna ask more questions. I'll probably call you back here if I see if I can try to come up with something here. Maybe we can try to find out where she is, or if she's just trying to, ignore. That's fine. But I'd like to at least figure that out. So, if you think there's anybody that I should try calling, just let me know.
Okay,
All right. Thanks, Joe.
thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
On the video, you can see your phone, as you stated. Is that the phone number 802-355-8485? Is that the number you reached Mr. Ferlazzo on?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay. And were you ultimately able to speak to the friend he said that he went to see in St. Albans, Sarah Lang?
Yes.
Okay. And when did you speak with her?
I spoke with her. I found a number for her moments after speaking with Joseph.
Okay. And based on that conversation, did you ask a St. Albans police officer to go to her residence?
Yes, I did.
Do you recall where her residence was?
14 Meadowbrook Drive in St. Albans.
Okay. And what did you ask that officer to do?
I asked the officer to drive by the residence and see if the camper RV, the camper van, was there.
Okay. And was it?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So it was not in a garage in New Haven?
Correct.
So what did you do next after determining that it was in this residence in St. Albans?
So we, a few troopers went up to St. Albans and we observed the camper van there.
Okay. And do you recall approximately what time you arrived at the residence in St. Albans?
It was after midnight, but I don't recall the exact time.
Okay. And again, did you observe a van matching the description of what you'd been told by Mr. Ferlazzo?
Yes, I did.
And where was it located?
On the west side, it was parked in the grass on the west side of the residence.
Okay. Who was with the van when you arrived?
As far as,
Law enforcement.
I believe, I know Senior Sergeant Joe Paquette was involved. Trooper Adam Lippa was involved. I can't recall any other.
Okay.
Top of my head. Yeah.
Did you personally close up the van with evidence tape?
Yes, I did.
And what was the purpose of that? Why did you do that?
To secure the inside of it and to make sure that, nobody entered any of the access points to the van.
Why'd you do that?
It was seized as evidence.
Okay. So you had concerns there might be evidence of a crime
That's
in the van?
That's correct.
Okay. And did you supervise the removal of the van from the scene?
Yes, I did.
Did you observe the tow truck actually come and remove the van?
Yes, I did.
And where did the tow truck take it?
Directly from 14 Meadowbrook to the St. Albans State Police Barracks.
Okay. And approximately how far is 14 Meadowbrook from the St. Albans Police Barracks?
2 miles.
Okay. Did you ever lose sight of the van at any point during that trip?
No, I did not.
Okay. Did you also observe the Jeep, the red Jeep, or a red Jeep coming to the barracks secured area?
Excuse me. Yes, I observed the red Jeep once it arrived at the barracks.
Okay. What did you secure it?
Yes, so the Jeep was the van was too big to put into our indoor sally port. So we put the Jeep inside of the secure sally port in the barracks, and then I placed evidence tape on all the access points to the Jeep as well.
Okay, thank you. I don't have any other questions, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Jones?
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Trooper.
Yeah, of course.
So Judge, I think our remaining witnesses are coming at 1.
Okay. It looks like we're going a little quicker than we had anticipated, so that's the good news. And so we'll take our lunch break now till 1 o'clock. We'll try and start promptly at 1. Thank you.
All right.
One thing to remind you, again, no discussion about this case over the lunch. Don't try and find out anything about the lunch, about the case while you're at lunch. And other than that, enjoy your lunch.
Talking about the rest of the day.
All right, why don't we talk about the rest of the day? Still with lay witnesses,
We have one more lay witness,
okay? And who is that?
Spencer Lemons.
So, and who are the two troopers?
Adam Lippa and James Voorhees.
Okay, so we will be able to fill the afternoon.
Well, that's what we wanted to talk with you about, Judge. Detective Voorhees is, as the court knows, the one who is the lead detective and the one who's interviewed Mr. Ferlazzo. My preference is to have his testimony in one day, and that won't be possible today. We could start him and finish him on Monday, but my preference would be for us to do him all on Monday.
He's probably your longest witness.
Yes.
Or at least one of them.
Second longest, yeah.
You're otherwise probably, given what I just heard, talking about wrapping up at 2 o'clock, maybe before then.
Well, Spencer Lemons will be half an hour at least.
Yeah, that's why I said 2 o'clock.
Because you're going to play the 911 call.
I'm-
I recognize that it's cutting today short, but as the court pointed out, we're way ahead of schedule. I hadn't planned on starting Detective Voorhees' cross-examination today. I know we can do the direct.
Yeah, we won't do I don't see how we can. Why don't you approach for a moment?
Okay.
right, so we will resume at 1, and we will plan to go for the entire day after.
Spencer is next.